Previously on Dungeons Against Humanity.
The Crown Prince has been kidnapped.
The last known whereabouts of the prince was in Seoul.
We are going to get a ransom note either today or tomorrow.
What happened to the one god?
Damar Alaram. You do see into this cave behind the waterfall. It seems like it's a tunnel going straight into the mountains. Start to hear a noise up ahead.
It's Donald Duck.
And it is a giant oozing mass.
Snipe the ooze.
10 acid damage.
Oh! Okay, so I'm down to 4.
Did y'all bring any healing potions?
Nope. Just gonna crossbow it.
Okay.
That one.
I'm gonna say that it is ricocheting.
No.
Thario gets it.
I have 1 hit point.
Your turn. You can run if you want. You should run.
Yeah.
We had a note. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? We were gonna get a note.
What can you tell me about Damar Alaran?
His room is still at the god barrack, and the door swings open. There is, on the floor, a dead body. Standing over this decomposing body, a male elf.
What?
And player 4 has entered the game. We are starting with Thario, who is sitting in Agissa's office. They're waiting for the ransom note to arrive. It is being brought by cassowary, which, by the way, is a rideable type of, bird. Thario and Agissa have been sitting here for a little bit. The others have left, I'd say, probably about 8 minutes ago. They've gone off to the barracks. And Agissa has been talking to you, but she keeps pausing and glancing over. You had her pull out the ledger of the Red Dawn Brewery, which was previous owners of the building where the brothel is. So Agissa keeps glancing over at the ledger, and she says, I wanted to ask you real quick, what was the name of the half-orc that you mentioned?
Iberlin Ularoth.
Okay, well, I asked because I realized, and she pulls the ledger over and she says, I realized that I mistranslated a little bit. It's Iberlin Thackeray was the half-orc owner. You see, the half-orcs, they have the tradition of putting their clan name first. So it might be that this was someone else in that same clan. But I'm looking down here at this little bit down here that's been added to it, and, well, I'm a little confused. It says here that the brewery was closed 60 years ago, and any profit from that was put into a trust. And it says that the trust sat there for 50 years or so, and then about 10 years ago, the trust was liquidated, and the person that it was sent to, Salima Mahat. So you would absolutely know who this is.
Who is it?
8 years ago, the whole of Kisawar grieved after a fire killed the original crown prince, Tobin, who would have been Tobin the Ninth. The fire also killed the king's wife, who was Salima Elathar. But before she was Salima Elathar, her name was Salima Mahat.
I see.
And Agissa looks at you and she says, I don't know what this means, but I can't imagine that that's a coincidence.
I'm certain. It's not that rare of a name.
I suppose that's true.
Or it could be a pen name, so to speak. Someone under the guise.
I suppose it's possible that somebody just named their child after the queen.
She was a very lovely woman.
Did you know her?
I had met her once or twice before, but you don't really get to see them very often since they're usually off in the floating island.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyways, sorry about that. Let's set this aside. It's just a random little thing that I saw that concerned me.
Thank you for bringing that up with me. I'll have to investigate further.
Certainly. Now, back to the ransom. And transition.
Meanwhile,
In the barracks, the door swings open. There is a dead body on the floor, a couple of weeks decomposed.
nasty.
And a male elf standing over the body. I'm going to say that you heard them because there were rags shoved under the edge of the door. Yeah, and so they had to push their way in. So you heard them
I'm
coming.
his unseen servant.
And move
Well, yeah.
the rags.
This all
Well, no.
happened completely silently.
The guard was trying to push the door open.
That's true.
Yeah, that let you into the room. He was trying to push it open, and that's how you realized that the door was blocked. So, you get what I will say is a sneak attack round, but you don't necessarily have to attack. You can just run for it. There is a window at your back that you came in through.
What's our marching order at the door? Like, who opened the door itself? Was it the guard?
It was the guard.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're behind the guard, roughly.
Yes.
Because
yeah.
the doorways can't be that wide.
Well, unless you stepped up to cast Unseen Servant.
I just cast it underneath the door.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
so you
So
would
guard,
probably...
guard first, and then probably you're next, and then I'm in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, as a rogue, you can run for it. As a wizard, you can do a lot of different wild magic things.
Well,
Or you can try to talk your way out of
I
this.
think I'm gonna lean up against the wall behind me and just kind of have a tissue over my nose because
Okay.
it smells in here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna be as nonchalant as possible.
Dead body.
Oh, was there a dead body here?
You guys seeing this?
I'm just gonna be like,
Oh, that's trippy.
what is he gonna say? Hello there.
Okay. All right. What do you guys do?
Detain him.
The guard kind of looks at you, kind of looks at them, and immediately comes across the room towards
And
you.
I'm gonna be like, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And
To the guard, not her.
okay, and the guard is trying to step over the dead body on the ground without vomiting. I'm actually gonna have. Yeah, I'm gonna have both him and you make constitution checks. See if you have been.
Do I get advantage since I put the tissue in front of my nose?
Yes, you do.
Oh, good, because that was a nat 1.
Oh.
That's better.
The guard failed. He tries to. Oh God. He tries to step over the body and like accidentally steps on like an arm or something like that. And there's just.
It's putrefying, isn't
It's
it?
putrefying.
Yeah.
And this is a desert climate, I remind you all. So he steps on some part of the corpse and squish and immediately like just vomits.
I'm gonna pat his back and just get it all out, hon.
I'm going to, well, I'm wearing my heavy robes and stuff, so I'm just gonna whip them like real quick over my face so I don't have to breathe this.
Okay. Do anything else?
No, I want to see what's going on here.
Okay.
Let's see how this plays out.
You know what? In fact, I will say, what's going on here?
So this guard, named Damar Alaran, came to you and purchased an illusion charm.
Yes.
And then he
The dead guard, I assume.
Yeah, and then he reneged on payment. So you have come to collect payment. P.S. We should stop. What do you look like?
Oh, yeah.
What do I look like? That's a very good question. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a really good fucking question
So
for
you're
your
talking.
character.
You're
What do you
talking
look
to
like
my
right now?
male.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you in your? Okay, you're
I
in your
am.
male form. All right. But which male form are you?
I'm disguised male.
Okay, got it.
Avery is his name.
Avery. What does Avery look like?
He's tall and blonde. Is just like the most fantastic looking person you've ever seen.
All the Christmas.
Yeah, just like sparkles everywhere. Yes.
Nice.
I'm gonna read his mood.
Okay.
Mine?
Yep.
Yes.
How does that work?
Basically, so as a bonus action, I can learn a one-word summary of the emotional state of up to 6 creatures, but I'm just gonna do you.
Alright, so one word. Okay.
How you doing?
How does that make you feel?
I would say, I guess surprised.
Okay. That's not necessarily guilty as fuck, so I guess I'll deal with it.
The guard kind of pulls himself together while you're standing next to him, like patting him on the back and everything. So he is going to try to grab you and reaches for his belt where he has a pair of restraints.
Can I make a sleight of hand check to like try and grab them before he does?
Ooh.
This is going to be a dexterity versus dexterity.
Okay.
So that was a nat 1 for me.
Oh, good.
So
That was not good.
yeah, so he drops them.
His eyes are still teary from his throwing up.
Yes.
Oh.
So he actually drops his manacles on the ground, or he starts to drop them. Do you want to catch them?
Yes.
Okay. So you now have his manacles. He is going to look very embarrassed by this. And he is going to pull his sword.
Aww.
Yeah. So everybody roll for initiative.
Oh, dear.
Meet new player.
This
Kill
is
new
escalating
player.
quickly.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
I think that's a modified 20.
I think I have to
Nice.
Yes.
retire this dice.
Oh no!
It's not good.
What do you have? You have
3.
3. Dimitri. 3.
Modified
Haizea's,
20.
20. And Avery?
Okay, 9.
Okay. So Haizea, Avery has grabbed the guard's manacles. The guard has looked very embarrassed by this and is starting to draw his sword. What do?
I'm going to use Forceful Query, which you gave me disadvantage for the target, because they're going to have to make a saving roll. You gave me
Yes.
that as a special thing.
Yes.
So I get to ask you one question, and the question must be phrased so that it can be answered as a yes or no. You get a wisdom saving throw, and if you don't save, you have to answer truthfully. You're immune if you are immune to being charmed.
You're an elf, so...
I'm an elf. I have saving throw being charmed.
Okay, so...
So it's
But can I
Throw.
not do a throw or a saving
You
throw?
don't have to.
Yeah, I think I'm not going to save.
Okay, so you're not going to resist it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because I just, I don't know what's going on. I'm not here to fight.
All right, so, and she's just going to turn her masked face towards you and say, "Did you kill him?"
So it has to be yes or no, or...
I have to phrase it so it's yes or no.
So
But
I
I don't. You can say whatever you want,
Okay.
I think, but I just have to make it possible to yes or no it.
But you said that if she fails, which she's choosing to do, she has to answer honestly.
Yeah, just honestly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so... No, darling. This person clearly died 3 weeks ago, and I only just arrived a minute before you.
Not returning to the scene of the crime, you would say.
To this filthy dump? Oh my goodness.
The guard actually looks kind of insulted by this. I live here?
Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Did you have any other actions that you wanted? So that was was that a bonus
That
action?
was a bonus, I
Okay.
believe. Wait, no, it was an action, so we're good.
Okay. very
Moving right
good.
along.
Can you describe the guard for me?
The guard is a younger human man, probably in his early 20s, wearing the simple uniform of soul, which is basic tunic with leather underneath, a large sun on the front representing the symbol of soul. He is holding a short sword in his hand and is a little green around the gills and looks very embarrassed.
What do I recognize him from Carmela's shop?
Probably not this guard.
Okay.
No.
Actually,
We're gonna say that yes, you do recognize
you.
him.
Okay.
You do recognize him. Because that's a lot more entertaining, I think.
Thank you. Would I know his name at all?
His name is. Let's find out what his name
no.
is.
Oh, I'm excited.
Oh no.
It's gonna have something to do
This
with
guy's
butts.
gonna suddenly have personality.
Oh boy, the World of Warcraft. Leroy.
Kind of go charging in there.
Oh my
You
God.
didn't really think about it.
Charging in there.
That's amazing.
His name is Leroy Jenkins,
So
and
good.
Leroy Jenkins is now on our podcast.
So I'm gonna look at him and okay, so I'm gonna ready my staff,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna look at him and be like, Leroy? Darling, that blemish is just going away perfectly. Her cream must have really worked.
And he's gonna stop and look at you and be like, "What? Oh, Avery?
Avery, yes, of course. I'm sorry you didn't recognize me before.
Oh, I'm sorry."
Carmela sent me to get the money from this guy, and when I showed up, he was dead.
Oh, okay. And he puts his sword away. But I need you to. I'm sorry. I need you to come with me. Can we just get out of this room, please? Can we get out of this room? He turns to the two of you. He says, "This is Avery. Avery works in. Have you seen the signs for Carmel's Cosmetics?
The giant floating billboard.
That attacks the other billboards.
Yes, that one.
Aggressive marketing tactics.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's Carmela for you.
So, this is her shop boy, Avery.
Hello, darlings.
Avery, these are representatives of the king. Like, I'm sorry, you need to. This is official, like, crown business that I don't know what you stumbled into.
We could
here.
talk about this outside.
Can we please talk about this outside, Avery? Come on.
I've seen
come on.
some nasty stuff, but this is just gross.
All right.
Avery?
He's done. He's done with this conversation. He's walking out.
Okay, but you're walking out the door.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Leroy leads you back into the castle itself. And as he walks, he kind of says, "Sorry, Avery, can I have my manacles back, please? I'm not going to put them on
I'm like
you."
twirling them on one finger. Oh, you mean leave?
Avery, please don't do that. I've already embarrassed myself like twice in front of these people. Can I please just have those back?
You have to ask nicely. No, I'm just kidding.
This is such a great addition to the team.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks.
I will have to say, though, you're talking about an interrogation. It doesn't need to go that far. I'm not going to conceal anything from you. All I need is the money that man owed me and then swindled me out. It's mine and my employer's right to collect.
So your employer had a motive. Good to know. Thank you.
That's all right then. You are impossible.
I am Homeland Security.
She just assumes the worst about everyone.
If I roll insight, I'd be able to maybe detect a lie if there is one, right?
Sure. Absolutely.
I would like to do that.
Absolutely.
17.
How to parse this? How to give you insight into this? Oh,
Oh, sorry,
got it.
19.
19. Oh, the 19. Sure. You saw one of the advertisements that was flying through the city.
Right.
You heard the voice of Carmela saying, "Carmela's Cosmetics, be beautiful." That's the same voice.
Oh. Then I would like to speak to Carmela.
Well, that can be arranged naturally. We'll have to go to her shop, and that's where she is.
Well, I suppose in that case, if we aren't going to get clear answers from this one, I suppose we can always arrest him. Let them sort it out later. We do have a ransom to deal with. Do you think 6 months would do for this?
I think I'm going to use prestidigitation to create a bunch of fog
Okay.
that I can then sneak away from them.
Smoke bomb.
My stealth afterwards.
Okay. Smoke bomb.
Yes.
One natural.
20?
Not an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So, yeah, suddenly there's a poof of smoke. Where are you running to?
What's the time of day?
This is... Okay, so you guys... East-west. What time of day was it up at the fucking...
I think it was
brothel?
closer to the morning.
Yeah, I feel like this is morning, midday.
And then we
Yeah.
rode the gondola.
It's
down.
high noon. That's what... yeah, that's what it is.
It's high noon.
Yeah. Okay, so this is high noon. Where are you going?
So what's around me? Sorry?
There are barracks that have just kind of straight up and down buildings with flat, low roofs. You could try to run around one of the buildings
Are there any
into another
bushes
row.
or trees?
Not in here. Not among the barracks. It's all pretty much just flat, and you could run into one of the barracks buildings and try to hide in there.
I'm just gonna like whip around the corner out of their eyesight and then change my appearance.
Okay, so smoke bomb. Suddenly, the elf is gone.
Right in the middle of my sentence that I was
Yeah.
trying to leverage.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
did not.
And you're
Yes.
stunned by the events that unfold before you.
So you turn into Carmela. You do very quickly hear a voice from nearby say, "Carmela? Is that you? Hey girl, how you doing? How you doing?"
I look and see who it
And
is.
there's a couple of female guards that are coming over to you with big smiles because they all know Carmela. Like everybody in the city knows Carmela. It's a very recognizable face. Why did you fucking change
I don't have any other faces I can change it to.
You do hear, because you couldn't have gotten very far
Yeah,
with the stealth move to escape. So you do hear from your right, you do hear some voices saying, "Hey Carmela, how you doing?" What you do?
Nothing. It's not my job to chase criminals. I'm your prince.
I love it.
Okay.
God damn it.
Alright, we'll say, sounds like they went that way.
So she will definitely be booking it around the corner.
Okay. You see a human woman, looks familiar, and then two female guards who are walking up to Carmela with big puzzled smiles on their faces, saying things like, "Oh, what are you doing in here? You're not supposed to be in here. This is the guard barracks. Are you making a delivery?"
I must be lost. I'm so sorry. I'm just so ditzy lately.
How good's your poker face?
I don't know how good Carmela's poker face is.
Deception.
Should I roll for it?
Yeah, go ahead and try to roll deception. That's a nat 20.
Jesus.
She's got a great poker face on. She just kind of like...
So many good rolls.
Yeah, okay.
This dice is finally working for me.
Yeah. Let's retire that red one.
Yeah.
Okay, so she looks totally nonchalant, totally calm, does not look like she just ran away from a bad situation. With the illusion charms, does it change your clothes, though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So you come around the corner, you see this situation. Carmela looks totally nonchalant.
And she would recognize the face from
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
She's going to make the body of our dear departed Elahimm appear right in front of Carmela.
Okay.
But only Carmela can.
The person that
In
you
his
sold.
current state.
Oh god.
And you are going to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, that's not so good.
Okay.
It's a 4.
Yeah, so this thing looks like even worse. Like in the barracks, it was dark, and so you didn't have to see like the full like maggots and
bloating.
like bloating and eyeballs and stuff
Nice
like
blue
that.
mold.
Yes, yeah, leaking everywhere, and so yeah, so you definitely have that reaction and are sickened, and I'm gonna say that you can't bring yourself to move in that direction. Like, you're very into beauty, and so this is like the opposite. Do you have anything else to do, Haizea?
Let's see. So you can see that. Happy to see you. How are you?
I have a tissue over my mouth.
Having trouble confronting something.
I'm gonna make a perception check on the 2 guards. I want to see if they can see what I see.
Okay.
That's a 18.
They don't
Yes,
seem
19.
they don't seem troubled at all. They look a little bit confused about you. They're looking at Haizea like, what's going on here? Is everything okay?
I think Carmela's just really dizzy. Just kind of like disoriented. Just like,
Okay, so they do again take you by the elbows, and they're walking you back around the corner.
She goes willingly.
Okay. But you walk back into the castle. So Agissa has gone downstairs, and
What?
I
race
followed
is he?
along with Agissa.
but Leroy stands at attention and says, "We found what looked like Damar's body, and he was. I mean, I didn't. Oh God.
Are you saying Jamar is dead
Our lead is gone.
and prime suspect is not in manacles? God damn it, Leroy. I've been waiting to say that.
The guy'd clearly been dead for at least 3 weeks.
That's a really long time for you to be shitting in that in that room.
Yeah, it's a Sean Connery. Yeah, at the start it was a little shaky and it sounded more like Christopher Walken. Yeah. Wow.
We do need a Christopher Walken character to show up, though.
Oh, God. Leroy just looks really, really embarrassed and says, "Why? Sorry, sir.
No, I don't think we need to interrogate another clearly innocent person.
I think you're biased.
Interrogated."
Haizea, what do you think, lass?
This one didn't commit the murder, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know anything.
Agissa says, "There's a body here. There's a body here on the barracks."
Weren't you listening, Agisha?
Yeah. Well, yes, but you okay? It's up in the barracks room. That's where you found this this young person. Hello. Yes. Hi. Who's this?
This is Carmela.
Oh, you're from the floating things. Agissa, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
How attractive would Agissa be?
I mean, she's dragonborn, but she is wearing, some
You like
finery.
lizards?
Are you a lizard? How do we?
A lizard?
A lizard.
A lesbian?
What's the equivalent of like a lizard furry?
A scaly.
A scaly. Are you a scaly?
Oh.
So it's a very large, very scaly woman.
But so warm. She's so warm.
She's real nice.
But as far as Dragonborn go, like on a scale of 1 to 10.
Probably about like a 6.5.
All right.
Yeah. So
That's all. That's all I
Scales are
need to
kind
know.
of flaky.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to work out a system so I know how attractive each person is.
Yeah.
Shallow much.
Priorities.
Why do I think this has to do with the whole makeup business?
Also, elf glamour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glamour. Particularly, I have to say the elves of Kisawar, because remember they had the horrifying laser hair removal accidents
Yes.
in the first stage, in which the gnomes created this new cosmetic magic and left them all disfigured, and so all of the elves in Kisawar pretty much all have some kind of glamour and are constantly going around with some kind of illusion magic to them.
I thought it would be fitting to discuss some matters with Carmela here. Not necessarily in...
Dungeon?
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Since she's such a high-profile individual.
She
At the
beams
word-
at you. She's just like, finally.
At the word high profile, Agiss's ears kind of perk up, and she's like, "Oh, well, I suppose I better join you then." And she sweeps you guys upstairs into your office, and she's actually kind of speaking to you "Well, I'm very delighted to finally meet you. I've seen so many of your advertisements everywhere, and I know several friends who have come to see you, and they speak so highly of you.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice of you to say.
So I'm so glad. Would you like a drink? Would anybody like a drink?
Yeah, what do you have?
Oh, I have. She kind of rummages through everything, and then comes up with a flask and says, "Oh, I got something real nice here. This is the finest elven ales." Elven wines, forgive me.
You had me at ale.
Well, it's wine, actually. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I know we have mostly ale around here, so it just came out that way. But it's elven wine, actually. They have such wonderful buttery wines. And she's already, pulling out some glasses and blowing in them and, putting them out and pouring.
I'm gonna take my glass and just subtly, clean it with my handkerchief.
Okay.
Oh, I suppose it has to do. Just knocks it back.
Dimitri reaches out and just drinks it without question.
Okay, sounds good.
Carmela sips it daintily.
Yeah, it's quite good. Agissa sits down and she says, "Well now, what can you tell us about your dealings with Damar Al-Aran?"
Damar.
And very quietly, she is going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Wait, can I save on that?
Let's find out.
You just know or not.
Okay,
How
so
magic
she
is
sees magic in this area, faint aura around any visible creatures or object in the area that bear magic. And you learn a school of magic, if any. So your trigger wand lights up. Yeah, he's got a 6-shooter. What do you got on you, Dimitri? I think she sees the faint outline of Shimmerlord, behind you.
A little whinny off in the background.
I'll have to explain Shimmerlord at a different time.
Oh.
It's glorious.
I guess, I don't know, I don't have any magical items, really.
Okay.
Besides
Yeah.
myself.
It's not particularly important.
You are the magic.
So various
The magic
objects,
was inside me the whole time.
various objects around the room light up for her. Just things that have been given to her, presents and such. And
Light up like Paris.
you light up like crazy, and she can tell that's illusion magic. And she kind of narrows her eyes at you.
She smiles sweetly back.
What can you tell us about your dealings with Damar Al-Aran?
Mar. Oh, he's the guard that came and bought some cosmetics, some illusionary cosmetics.
So this is the part where I play the good cop. So you're saying that this man owed you for cosmetics.
In a way.
What
just
way
grins at
was
you.
that?
Well, the side business that we conduct is illusion charms. We create these charms that you can wear and make yourself look more beautiful. Now, we're not all blessed with the gift of natural, gorgeous beauty. Like your beard, natural, gorgeous. We could condition it a little bit more, put some tinsel in there. It'll be beautiful.
You're not getting anywhere near my beard.
All right. But he asked us for a better charm for his
He wanted to change his
complexion.
face.
Exactly. And he paid quite a bit up front, but it was not the entirety that we agreed upon. And then he vanished. So, following my leads, I found where he was, and there I am.
What were the particulars of the charm? How did it make him look?
Client confidentiality, darling.
Your client is no longer of this world. I think the contract is null and void.
Underneath the table, Agissa points at you, and in your head you hear her voice saying, "This is not who this person is."
Can Thario respond back in thought?
Nope.
Thario just nods.
Wisely.
Yeah. Give me a sign about how you want to proceed.
Carmela's just like spacing out. What is happening?
Points at himself. So, Carmela, you were aware of the particulars of your client's illusion, and that now that he has passed, his contract of confidentiality with you is null and void.
I'm sorry, I'm a little lost. I was picked up. You say that Avery left. What exactly is the trouble? What happened?
Avery was found standing over the body of your client.
Oh, Avery. Carmela takes a sip of wine and tries to remember the type of illusion magic that was on the thing that she gave to that guy.
It was a necklace. You make necklaces and other jewelry that cast illusion magic. Not only does it cast it on whoever wears it, it casts it constantly. Usually when you have an illusion and somebody touches the thing that has been illusioned, the illusion drops. With these, what you did so well was the illusion is cast constantly. So if somebody physically interacts with it, there's like maybe a flicker really fast that would be very hard to detect, but then the jewelry will flare and recast the spell. So it's a very durable type of illusion.
So this
and would pass
particular one
inspection.
for him, there's anything special about it?
It was a way to change his appearance significantly.
Okay. So I tell them that.
Okay.
What she
So,
said.
how did it change his appearance?
However he wanted.
Oh, in any way, shape, and form.
Any way, shape, and form.
At
Well,
any time. You could change the appearance. It wasn't like a static block.
yeah, you could change it to one form.
And so I would
Okay.
have to know that in order to make the spell, right?
You would have to set it up so that the person could decide, I want to look like this, and picture it in their head, and then they would change to that shape. And
Okay,
then
but that's the only one that
yes,
could be
it's not
attenuated
a shape-shifting
But
kind of thing.
so they choose it once they receive the necklace, not
Yes.
that. Okay.
Okay. That's
Got
good
it.
to know. I didn't know
Got
that. That's good to know.
Yeah.
She relays that to Thario, and Thario's like, I have no idea how that magic works.
Roll perception.
I bet I would know. Would I roll Arcana or?
You can roll Arcana and then roll Perception.
Perception.
Nah, you don't know.
is
But roll Perception.
6.
19.
19.
14.
There's a necklace around her neck that looks a lot like what she's talking about.
You have a very lovely adornment there.
Thank you. I cover it with my hand.
You know, I have been considering getting a gift for one of my lovely lady friends back home. Would you mind if I took a closer look at it?
Agissa is going to cast Suggestion. You make a Wisdom saving throw.
I think wisdom's my jam. 18.
Yeah, you had your proficiency bonus.
Thank you.
Okay, so it fails. But she does say, "Yes, dear. He's such a charming fella, isn't he? He's a real nice fella.
Finger guns.
Yeah. If you don't mind, if you can have a look at it, because this will help out with the investigation quite a bit."
I'm sure. With his lady friends? The investigation is with his lady friends?
No.
I'm gonna
but-
mage hand it off.
Yeah.
Really good
Mage hand
story.
mic drop.
Yep.
We'll see necklace drop.
I don't know if I have to roll anything.
No,
for that.
no.
You do.
I'm gonna say that you roll sleight of hand with advantage.
Sure. That's not something I'm proficient in, but it's
Fingers
Plus
plus
crossed.
dexterity.
Not that one.
Oh,
All right.
15.
Yeah, that works. So necklace comes off. What do you look like?
Oh boy, what do I look like?
Do you
Tom
even
Cruise.
know what
No,
you
I
look
don't know
like
what I look
underneath?
like. So he's an elf.
Okay.
He's not Avery. He's disfigured,
What kind of disfigurement?
kind of like a droopy face
Oh.
on the left side,
Yeah.
and then like some boils on the neck. Immediately he is like, "Ah!" and like pulls another necklace out of his pocket.
So we're gonna cut to Haizea.
Excellent.
And she is traveling back up through the barracks. One of the guards has come with her, one of the two female guards. The other one has stayed with Carmela and the others.
Very good.
But one of the other guards has come with you and says, so you serve his majesty?
As do we all.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sorry. Of course I do. Hail Tobin Elathar and all the line of his name. But you've met him?
You could say we are on good terms. Yes.
What? I'm sorry, but what's he like?
He is everything you imagine him to be.
Wow, that's so great. And she's just like kind of staring off into. You can tell that she's got like a distant crush, you know,
Aw.
like in a very sweet.
The English feeling about the royalty.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're
Just so great.
That's great. You know, the way that Americans feel about the English royalty.
Yeah.
Like,
They're just so
someone's getting married. Yay! There's a baby. There's another baby. She definitely has some starry eyes about that, as do many people in the populace. There's a small crowd outside the door of the barracks room that used to belong to Damar Alaran, because you did just kind of walk away and
From a
leave
body.
it.
Yeah,
leave
we did.
the body there
Yep.
with the door open. And
Yep.
there's a smell that's been leaking out into the hallway.
I'm sure lots of things have been leaking in the hallway.
The guard that's with you kind of sees this crowd, smells it, but also with this new urge to serve, steps forward and says, okay, guys, make a path. Official king's business. Milady,
Thank you. Cordon off the area, if you would.
at once. And disperses the crowd very, very efficiently.
Excellent. No Leroy here.
No Leroy.
What is your name?
My name is...
New character.
New character. Phasma.
Ooh.
Stormtroopers
Yes,
is the card
yes.
that I pulled. And so we're going with, my name is Captain Phasma, ma'am. She's very tall. Very, very blonde.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
You are a credit to your regiment.
Thank you, ma'am. If you need any assistance, you have but to call upon me.
Thank you. So, before entering the room, I would like to go into my bag and check and see if there were any herbs, dry or fresh, packed in my rations.
I think that you probably have, it is a desert climate, so I think that you do have some sage that you burn occasionally. You're a mystic.
I'm going to take just a little bit of that, crush it up, and put into the nose part of my mask.
Okay, sounds good.
Just to, smooth out that part of
Do you
things.
take your mask off to do that?
I'm not facing the guard, and I just kind of lift it up a little bit and stuff it under there.
Stuff it
and then-
under there.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. So
sounds
it's not like up my nose, it's just pressed against it lightly.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a little cushioning.
that's fair.
Breathe through my mouth, though.
Okay, sounds good.
So now I'm going to go in and start investigating the space.
Okay.
Around the body first. 24.
Ooh, okay. You do not see very many signs of a physical struggle, but there are some scorch marks on the wall that indicate there was some magic cast. From what little you can determine of the body in its state, it doesn't seem like there was, again, physical violence done here. It seems more like perhaps there was magic involved. Except for the fact that his head is very nearly severed.
But not completely. So this is nearly headless Lamar.
Damar. Yeah. But it seems like it was slashed.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like a cut with a sword.
Okay. So it's a ragged edge.
Yes.
Okay. Now that we're focused somewhat on the body, I would like to see what belongings are still attached to it.
He is wearing what appears to be the standard livery of a soldier of soul. Obviously, it's gotten pretty gnarly at this point.
Yeah.
Are you looking through his pockets?
Yes.
Okay. He has a little small coin on him. Nothing in particular. He does have a dagger at his waist.
Okay, and no jewelry of any kind.
No jewelry of any kind.
Okay. So, barracks. Are we talking any particular furniture here? Any drawers? Trunk?
There's a bed and then a wardrobe against the wall in which he would hang his dress uniform that he would wear in special occasions. Some drawers underneath that, like built into the foot of that, in which you could find some personal belongings.
Oh, yes. So we're looking in those.
Okay. Do find a diary.
Excellent.
Or journal, I suppose you could call it, whatever. What you looking at?
I'm going to try to read it.
Okay. It's a ways long. Are you
Read the
flipping
most
to start-
recent entries.
Okay, the most recent entries, because the beginning is going to be like, I just arrived in Seoul. I miss my brother.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like-
No, we're not going that bullshit. No.
Yeah. Flipping to the end. You do notice that he mentions having met Carmela and being rather enamored of her and thinking that she's very pretty and like, oh, isn't she? She's real cute. He's excited about the prince coming to town. His brother wrote him a letter saying that you had better take good care of the prince when he comes into town.
And that's the end of the last entry is, I hope things go well, basically.
Essentially, yes. Both
All right.
with Carmela and with the arrival of the prince.
And he's got a little bit of coin in his pocket, so he wasn't completely robbed.
No.
Let's try, I'm going to pick up the coin purse.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold it and concentrate on it for 10 minutes.
Okay.
That should allow me to gain a mental image from the object's point of view, showing the last creature to hold the object within the past 24 hours.
I'm gonna say that you, as the object,
Yes.
make a... How would you see through illusion? Would it be a wisdom?
Intelligence. usually.
Intelligence? Intelligence. Okay. So you're gonna roll intelligence.
16.
You see an elf. A disfigured elf. Droopy on one side, boils on the neck, who picked up the purse, kind of looked through it, searching for something, and then stuffed it back into the pocket.
All right. Okay, I'm going to take the diary,
Okay.
walk back out of the room to our lovely Phasma, was it?
Captain Phasma.
Captain Phasma. Captain?
Yes, ma'am.
I want to make sure that you see to getting this to this man's brother.
To, what was it, Damam?
Demam Alaram, yes.
Yes, in Medoge, yes. He was a nice guy. I don't know what's happened. She leans in and she's, was he really involved somehow with the kidnapping of the prince? I can't imagine it.
I can't speak to any culpability, only that he is dead and he was there.
Well, I hate to say anything like that to his brother, so I'll just send the diary.
Very good.
At once, ma'am.
Then she's going to head back to the group.
Okay.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Back to the group. So, your true face has been revealed. You threw on the Avery necklace very quickly. You doing anything else?
I just sit there staring at everyone else.
I'm still holding on to the necklace with my ghostly hand.
So, not your ghostly hand, your sparkly hand. You've never seen a make of a necklace like this before? Do you want to roll insight as to what you think, where you think the origin of this kind of make of this necklace might be?
That is a 20.
Okay.
I know everything about necklaces.
Antiques
Not very many
Roadshow.
people make jewelry or fashion metal this way. The only ones that do are half-orcs.
Interesting.
The only ones that you know of are half-orc. But it was made very deftly, and possibly by hands that were much smaller than a half-orc. At this point, Agissa is going to stand up to her full draconic height and lean into you and say, "Now, dear, I think we would all very much like to know what your real name is." And she's going to roll for intimidation.
Ooh.
Do I roll against that?
No.
No.
So 13 versus... what do you combat that with, usually?
Wisdom?
Wisdom?
Yeah.
13
Against 9.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So you
Well,
are
11,
intimidated by her, and any attempt that you make to lie right now is going to probably fail.
Okay. I'm gonna try and persuade her by saying, You don't need to know who I am. It's Avery.
I think we do
Avery.
need to know who you are, because Avery is a necklace that you just put on here.
Oh, that's fair.
You can roll with disadvantage.
That's fine.
to try to say,
I
like...
doubt I get it.
well, let's try.
That was 7. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
6.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Friends and
Okay.
try and persuade whoever this is.
It's Avery.
Listen, lad, am I using the right one?
Yes.
You are obviously not who you initially say you are, or who you said you are secondarily. So, who are you in the tertiary?
Why can't it be both?
Persuasion.
Oh, nat 20. And the streak is broken. He leans in and he seems like the kindliest fucking dwarf that you have ever goddamn met.
I
He's
embody
not just-
Santa Claus in my beard.
He's not just the good cop, he is the goodest of cops.
He is the best boy. He is the best dwarven boy. Yeah, you do kind of feel like you can trust him.
You have very kind eyes for a dwarf.
Oh, well, thank you.
I feel like I can trust you with this information. Please don't kill me.
Why would I kill you?
Because I come from a family of Delaron.
Wait a minute. Wait, are you Elahimm Delaron?
I'm like not looking at her.
You're Elahimm?
Kind.
Oh, shit.
Kind eyes.
Who is...
Shit. You know
Do I?
exactly who
I
this
do?
is.
Okay.
Do I
Yeah.
know who that is?
You may not know the name, but you know this person. 8 years ago. Fire. Dead prince, dead queen, blamed on the half-orcs. King, depending on who you ask. King either called upon the elves to step up their guardianship of Tudavak, where the half-orcs dwell. And the elves went overboard with it and decided that they were going to wipe out all of the half-orcs. Cast a massive freezing spell. The 12 scions of the 12 noble families of Elvendom got together and were casting Wall of Frost, and all of Elvendom, all of the noble families were channeling their power through those 12 scions to cast Wall of Frost on the entire island of Tudavak, freezing it into a giant iceberg with all of the half-orcs inside, killing them all. If you ask the elves, the king commanded this as a test of their loyalty. Depends on who you ask.
And one of the families was...
And one of the families was Delaron, and he didn't do it. One of the elves chose to lower his wand to disrupt the spell, and instead of being a giant frozen iceberg of death, it became a giant tundra where the half-orcs still cling to life and still have small settlements. This is that elf.
Oh, the one that actually chose not to cast the spell.
But this elf was then sent, so far as you know, to Calaver and picked up by Crepitus's forces, and so that would probably be like automatic death.
Do people know that he was picked up by Crepitus?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so immediately Thario whips out his dagger and then brings it straight up to his throat.
Okay.
And says, "Are you an agent of Crepitus?"
No, of course not. I was in the prison and I happened to escape, and now I'm here.
Insight.
I don't sound
Balls.
very convincing.
I got 6.
Seems like they're telling the truth.
Sure.
Agissa has stood up and like walked around and has like quietly spoken to the guard. The guard has gone out of the room.
So you mentioned a prison.
Horrible place.
Crepitus sent you there?
I don't know how long I was there, but yes, I was there for a time, and I escaped, and now I'm here, trying to live a normal life.
Underneath the very king you defied.
Withhold my comment on that. He's
Wise
glaring.
decision.
He's glaring. Just absolute fury in his eyes.
Thario flips his knife back and sheaths it. By royal decree, I have the authority to act on behalf of His Lord Majesty Tobin. And with this rightful power, you now work for the king under our supervision.
Fuck no.
Dimitri will just say, "Welcome to the club, pal."
Agissa steps forward and says, "It's a little bit worse than that.
What are you speaking of, Agisha?
All right, I will make you this compromise, and I will make you this compromise. I am sworn by the king to execute this person on sight. However, I confess that I do not personally hold with capital punishment. So I will make you this compromise. The ransom is coming." And even now, you hear people down in the courtyard calling out that the people have come from the port. And the ransom note is coming. So you will take this person with you in chains, and whatsoever happens after that is between you and your god.
Agisha, I promise you, should Elahimm choose to go back on my offer, gain the good graces of the king once again, it will be by my hand that I execute your orders.
Thank you.
Has Haizea gotten back yet?
Probably started hearing the yells about the ransom note and diverted that direction.
Yeah. Okay, so they take you down to a holding cell.
Boo.
Yeah, so Elahimm is now down in a holding cell. And you have gotten through 3 names tonight.
Okay.
Please stop. It's Avery, it's Carmela, it's Elahimm. All right,
I
we
will
got
say,
this.
though, my character, when he's disguised as certain things, just go ahead and call him that.
Sure.
So if
Yeah.
he's Avery, just call me.
Absolutely. A very excited and agitated guard has arrived from the port and quickly is swept upstairs to Agissa's chambers, as are the rest of you. And she bars all the doors and windows and casts aside whatever disquiet she had about this whole Elahimm situation and sits down with you guys. And she says, "Okay, all right. I said the note would be here and praise all the gods. It is. All right, so
I'm sorry for ever doubting you.
Yeah, sorry. I understand. If you don't know how soul works, this is how soul works, unfortunately. All right, so demand for 500,000 gold. All right, yeah, we can do that. We got that. Threats of violence against the prince. Blah blah. Bring the gold to rendezvous off the northern coast at sundown on the 3rd day of Risti. Okay, so Risti is a local festival among the halflings. We are in the 1st day of Risti right now. So that's going to be, just a day and a half from now. So you're going to have to hurry, I do confess. Come on, and her scales kind of turn pale. And she says, that is a little alarming.
What?
It's signed thus, and she shows you the insignia that it is signed with, which is a scarred eye. She says, "This is the insignia of Pirate Deadeye. I don't know that much about him. I know that not very many people survive his attacks. He had been driven from these waters long ago, so far as I knew, but I was concerned before this, but I was not alarmed. Now I am a little alarmed."
Is the prince under threat?
Well, I mean, there are the customary threats of violence.
Well, he is kidnapped.
He is kidnapped, but there are the customary threats of violence that one finds in a ransom note around here. Again,
Not executed unless there's
no. They put you in a room and give you some food and some water, and then they send you back once the ransom is paid. But
there's the possibility that he won't even be returned.
I don't know. From what I understand of his legend, he is a very ruthless individual, but has a certain degree of honor. I know he's a tiefling.
An honorable demon child. I suppose we have no other choice. This information will serve us well, but we must take the chance to rescue the prince.
I agree, and we don't have long. It's a day and a half.
What ship can you make available?
Well, a lot of resources have gone to the proxy war in Galox to help the resistance against Crepitus there, but I do have the ship, the Gorshfak. The captain of the Gorshfak is Captain Ivor. He can be a little bit hard to handle sometimes, but I do tell you, sometimes when he's off duty, he has a little bit of a drinking problem. But he gets the job done, and he is an absolute professional.
I will enjoy spending time around this captain.
Good, yeah.
I believe we'll have much in common.
Well, I do hope so. And I do ask again, you take Elahimm with you, you take the ransom, may all the gods fly with you, and I hope that the best comes to all of us. My thoughts will be with you.
His Lord Tobin watch over us all.
And all the lines of Tobin. So I'm imagining that you are sent out with, as Agissa and you discussed while you were making all of these plans, you're sent out with a brace of guards. 12 guards go with you, including Captain Phasma and Leroy Jenkins.
Nice.
And so you guys head out back to the port of Seoul. As you arrive in the port, there is the Gorshfak. It is very sizable. There are some items being loaded onto the ship right now that Haizea you recognize but have never seen used. Dimitri, and Elahimm, you have no idea what these things are. They're large, and they're black, and they're cylindrical, and they're what we would call cannons. Thario, I think you probably look at them and you have this moment of, like, grim pride.
It's just like my gun, but bigger.
He turns to one of the people loading it onto the ship. Is that the Model 1?
Yes, sir. Yes. Are you familiar with it?
Yes, indeed. In fact, I was among those who brought the designs back from a suicide mission.
And he kind of, like, falters with the rope and, like, has to catch it very quickly and says, "You were part of the Dwarven militia, sir?"
Yes, I'm one of the few survivors.
Oh. So many perished to bring us the plans for these weapons.
Yes, and it was only the mercenary group that I adventured with, the Blood Watch, that
many
finally...
dolphins died to bring us this information. I literally texted him before it was like, so many boffins died to bring us this information, and he was the boffins.
I was the final Bothan. Yes, so it does me pride to see that did not go to waste.
No, sir, no, not at all. And he continues putting these cannons up on the ship. So in DM terms, if you do, at some point, wind up firing one of these cannons...
Could we possibly be getting into some sea battles?
It is a two-person job.
Oh.
Whoever is aiming the cannon contributes their dexterity to the hit, to actually hit. Whoever is firing it contributes their strength, to the damage.
I'm not good at either of these. This is gonna... You don't want me involved in this.
Okay, well, that's fine. You have your strengths in other ways.
Is Dimitri strong?
He's got +1 to both strength and dexterity. So
wow, we are so not ready for this.
I think I'll just use magic thanks.
Every
just
single
brought
one
the
of us
math
have
club.
a +1 to strength.
Okay.
We're mathletes, all right?
You're the fucking tank, guys. That's okay.
I can take a hit. I just can't. dish it out.
Okay, so you are boarding the ship, the Gorshfak. Captain Ivor greets you. He is a big, burly, thick-necked human man. The non-humans in the group would pretty quickly notice that pretty much all the crew is human. Welcome aboard. I understand that we make sail very quickly. The crew is ready. I also see that we have a prisoner here. This one will be locked below and kept under constant guard.
Actually, I would prefer if Avery here would remain in our care.
He kind of narrows his eyes at you, and he looks at Haizea and Dimitri as if like, do you agree with this?
He just does not care.
Well, as you say, sir, then. But yes, the crew is all ready. You will excuse me as we make sail.
By your leave.
And,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did he look to them because they're human?
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Racist.
Well, I should have had you roll insight, but yeah, no, he's just fucking racist. There's various people milling about as you get ready. Roll perception.
Me?
You.
That would be just a 19.
Just a 19. Someone walks past you. They're wearing an illusion charm.
Is it the same one that we made for the dead guy?
The dead guy, Damar.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And this person sees you looking at them. It's a woman.
I wink at her.
She looks at you. She looks at the chains around your wrists, and she signs very quickly and discreetly in thieves' cant. Friend on one hand, death on the other.
See, is there like specific signs that I have to know?
No.
Okay.
You can choose.
I think I'm gonna go. Is there a sign? Okay, I'm just gonna say like a go ahead sign. You know,
Try me.
Try me, yeah, but like less threatening than try me. It's just kind of like a.
Whatever you want.
This person steps forward and greets you guys, makes a very short bow to you and says, I'm Quartermaster Lay. This is a human woman with short black hair, very fit looking, and she says, I am given to understand that this prisoner is under your care.
Yes, indeed.
Very good. As a prisoner aboard our ship, I expect that they will be treated well, and any issues that you need have to house them or support them or feed them, simply ask me and I will help you.
I think I do the friend sign. Like, oh, you're nice.
Okay.
I thank you for that. Yes, it will make our journey much swifter.
Very well. And she moves off. So the
Nice here.
Here ends episode 5 of Dungeons Against Humanity, The Immutable King. Cards that were drawn this episode include World of Warcraft, Stormtroopers, and horrifying laser hair removal accidents. If you like what you heard, please do tell a friend about the podcast. Those who post about us on social media under the hashtag DAHpodcast, that's the podcast, will get a shout out on the show. We also have the first 3 episodes up on YouTube with artwork provided by the lovely Emmy Lou. Emmy also has an Etsy shop where she sells stuff like narwhal hats and beautiful embroidery hoops with inspirational quotes like, "Don't owe you shit," and "elegant as balls." You can find her on Etsy at the one and only Emmy, all one word. Next episode will be up in 2 weeks, so see you then.